Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 12, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Watson now to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Second and 3. Rolling to his right. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Here's McKinnon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, He heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Back to throw, Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Watson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he's got his tight end, Jake Butt. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. 2nd and 4. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. McKinnon. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Taking it about the 16. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 76 yards. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll set up a throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He finds McKinnon complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up. At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3. On first down, McKinnon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Nigel Bradham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. He'll buy some time right. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Hunt. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
on 2nd and 7. Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. 52. Go. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Oh, here we go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
I'm here all day.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
4 down.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Watson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with McKinnon. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run it with McKinnon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 2nd and 9 now. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Michael Thomas His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll run again with Hunt. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Hey, 24. Check right. Watching your five.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is brought in at the 21. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd and 9, Watson is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And they were able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. This is Hunt on the draw play. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position. And obviously, a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. The 30. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch it slant, watch it slant.
Now it's Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
55.
Watson now to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kareem Hunt with 5 seconds left. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Texans, they